up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Sports Rants with Abby and friends. Of course, I'm Abby, and we got a full house tonight. We got Guy, we got Gene in the building, and I'm telling you right now, we have a really good show ahead. A lot of surprises and a lot of news to talk about. I don't know why I'm so excited, acting like yesterday wasn't a complete disaster for my team, but we'll get into that later. But before we go into that, Guy, how you doing? How you feeling? I see you got on the. What do you got? Nets on today?
Yeah, old school New Jersey Nets, Jason Kidd. Got to rep the state, you know?
Yeah. Gene, how are you doing, my friend? Mi amigo? You're on mute. He's still on mute. See, he's traumatized from yesterday. I thought I was
Push
going
the
through
button.
it.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
You're good.
I dropped my mouse. It must have clicked something. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, yesterday was probably the biggest trade deadline in Jet history, right? Could it even be in NFL history? I mean, I don't. How often do you see that kind of two cornerstone defensive players on one team go for a boatload of picks? And I don't know if I'm more surprised that they went as opposed to the people that didn't go. Like we didn't know. I don't think we really thought Quinn was going. I don't think we really thought Sauce was going. We thought it was going to be Brees, maybe a few other players, and so very, 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 very confusing day as a Jet fan. You don't know how to feel because a tremendous haul, and I don't know. I do know this. Woody Johnson, I'm out. Woody Johnson. I'm done. I live now in Florida. I got the Buccaneers across town. I got season tickets to the Bucs. What am I doing rooting for the Jets in that facility of MetLife Stadium, which looks like a prison? I can go. I sit right next to the pirate ship in Tampa. They're a winning team, a winning organization. And then I got a joke of a franchise with a joke of an owner. I think I'm done, Abs. I think I'm done.
There's no way you're jumping ship now, bro. I
can't do it anymore. I can't do it. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's like being in an abusive relationship and the guy right across the way he's going to treat me so good with the Bucs. You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I doing? What am I doing?
No,
I guess guys are different, but you know what I'm saying. No,
I get it. No,
the girl across the way.
We're gonna get fully into it. Guys over here laughing like his team's doing any better.
At least they got a history. At least they have snappy uniforms. I like the uniforms. They got, listen. He's got his own problems. He's got, a head coach
problems.
Yeah, he's got a head coach problem with a guy. It looks like Mark Anthony, but bootleg on even more. But bootleg Anthony on even more cocaine. Yeah. So he's got his own problems. Yeah. But here's what we do have. We do have a fun show today for a couple of reasons. We have a new show joining the network in tomorrow. They'll be here tomorrow. We're actually going to introduce our new show and the young ladies from our new show. They'll be in just a minute. They'll spend a couple minutes to let us know what to expect from their show. We also, and obviously we all know that, but the people out there might not know it, is I'm actually on the process of moving on to a different project. So I am actually going to be leaving Sports Rants, which makes me sad because I got to really get my aggression out here. And it was always a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. But we're going to be bringing on somebody new, and we'll introduce him in a little bit, and he'll actually take over mid-show, and I will fade into the background, kind of like the Jets are in my life, So I guess what should we do first? Let's have the girls on first. So let's introduce them. It's so the new show is going to debut tomorrow at 6:00. It is Unhinged and Unplugged. Fantastic, funny girls from Staten Island. So I love listening to them. They remind me of back home. But let's bring them on. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Stressa and Alyssa are huge Ranger fans. As I'm a Ranger fan. I'm not as crazy as them. I can't really pronounce all the names, but I enjoy reading the box scores. They have a great show. And you want to hear something even funnier? Abs, Guy? while we were going over the show, I have a friend that moved down to Florida, maybe like about a year before me, from Staten Island. And I said, hey, we're going to bring a new show on, and they're from Staten Island. He goes, and he just processed it. He goes, is it the Unhinged podcast? He actually knows. Yeah. So how funny is that? The small world, right? He knows Tressa.
Literally, small world.
Very small.
So there you go. But yeah, so ladies, what can we expect from what your show is going to be? People could see tomorrow for the first time, 6 p.m. But what can you give us a little insight to the show?
So we basically talk all things hockey. We love the NHL. Diehard Ranger fans that are pretty much in the same boat as you with your Jets right now, because we're struggling.
We might be jumping ship too.
We might also be jumping. No, I'll never jump ship. But we talk Rangers. We talk pretty much
anything that's
sport related, mostly Rangers, and we tie in a little book review. We love hockey romance, any sport romance actually.
Yeah.
And then we just complain about our kids and husbands for a little bit too, if we're having an off week with them.
So they aren't on live yet. It's going to be a premiere. We're talking about maybe bringing them on live, and if they do come on live, it'll be probably leading into this show. But right now it's going to be at least for the first month. It should be probably Thursdays at 6 p.m. Again, man, it makes me feel like I'm back home listening to them. I can listen to them talk all day.
I don't know why anybody likes our accents.
I listen. I love it, man. It reminds me of back home. So, yeah, listen. And I even told them when after we finished recording the first show, I love how they were saying goodbye about 5 times before we actually did the show. It's New York Italian. It's all right. So I guess we're done. So I guess and then one of them would bring something else. But you know what? And then they'd be getting. And the whole time I'm like, Drin, you got to pay attention. You got to get to know these girls, because Drin also got someone else coming. I should introduce. We have a producer that's coming on for all the evening shows. His name is Drin. So we'll introduce him to everybody as well. But I said, Drin, you got to listen to their show, because you got to get to know what you got to know when it is the final goodbye, when they're actually going to cut. So, but yeah, listen, it's gonna be a fun show. They talk about books. They talk about they complained about their husbands already on the first episode over here. So yeah, they're gonna be a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to see what they bring to Pop Sports. And glad that they're part of the team.
We're excited to be a part of the team.
Happy to be here.
And Abby's not the only girl anymore.
Yeah.
Literally, I was gonna say that, and then plus we don't talk about hockey a lot. A lot of it's because my state doesn't even have a hockey team. I don't know. Maybe I should join other Jets fans and be a Rangers fan, but I'm like,
we used to have the Coyotes, right? The Coyotes.
Yeah. But
I heard they're trying to bring hockey back. You're in Arizona?
Yeah.
I heard they're trying to bring it back there.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's no market
for
it here. They had a nice design when they were trying to get like a contract with the city, and I liked the setup, but it just never panned out, unfortunately. So, and it's funny, I'm from Arizona, of course, like I said, but your accents are very thick.
You're very thick, yes.
And I love it. It's entertaining.
We try to tone it back.
And the goodbye thing, Guy kind of knows Hispanic families. You're saying goodbye for an hour. Like, are we leaving? It's like as a little kid, I used to ask my mom, are we leaving? Hold on, let me just say bye to all these people.
I call it the black hole. When we go to my in-laws, I'm like, it's like for the Bermuda Triangle. You just can't get out. It's the same thing with us when we record. We just can't get out.
Literally. But super, super happy to have you guys part of the team. And yes, more females. We love it.
Yeah, girl power.
So yeah, I love the fact that we're just adding to the family, right? We're just it is, like I said, there's going to be a new member to this show coming on in a few minutes. I will bow out in a little bit. We have a new producer that's going to be producing all the evening shows, and we got a couple other things coming up too. That, as we said, there's just more shows that are coming up. Hashtag Sports will be our morning show, covering the mornings for the most part with prop stars and pop off of the year. So we're growing, and it's a lot of fun to see the development and everybody else to kind of build like this unity and working together and really kind of helping each other with everyone's shows and hopping in the chat or hopping on comments and this and that. So it's really a beautiful thing to see us really grow as a team, and I'm excited that we got Tressa and Alyssa as part of it, man. So I'm excited. and the only hockey people on the channel so far. So
Yeah.
You do it justice.
Two idiots.
So, tell them real quick. A little spoiler alert. What did you say your father wanted to call the show?
My father, on Halloween, I have everybody at my house. So there's 50 people in my house. My dad's like, you guys should really rebrand. And we're like, what? What do we have a name? He's like, nah, you should be Two Dumb Broads Who Talk Hockey.
So Italian.
Thanks, Big Phil. Keep it in mind, but we're going to stick with what we have.
So we want to welcome you guys to the channel, and we look forward to tomorrow at 6 p.m. Check it out, guys. Unhinged and Unplugged with Tressa and Alyssa.
Thank you.
Excited to be here.
Well, excited to have you. And with that, I guess go get some sleep. I know you guys probably got an early morning, kids in school and everything else.
Yeah.
So if you want to tune in the chat, hang out in the chat with some people, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, you guys.
Bye.
Good night.
That was an actual goodbye.
Yeah, that was an actual goodbye. Yeah. Once you leave New York, you kind of remember now you know how to do it. So
Literally.
So should we bring Sean on? Should we introduce everybody to Sean? You guys haven't even met Sean yet.
Nope.
So this is exciting.
This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, I think he's going to be great. So let me give you a quick backstory. Is Sean's a friend that is big in, knows how to talk sports. And we were talking about him doing something with the channel, another show. And when I realized I kind of needed to really put more time into other things for the channel, I said, you know what? If I was to leave, like who? And I'm like, wait a second, we were gonna have him come do a show. Maybe it makes sense to let him be the guy that kind of takes over for me and goes with you guys. I think that you guys will get along. He actually knows Guy's cousin as well. We've had Guy's cousin Skylar on the show. So he actually knows Skylar as well. So you guys have that little connection. But yeah, so without further ado, let's bring on our friend Sean. What's up, my man?
Oh, hey, what's going on, y'all?
In the flesh, we finally see
Yeah,
you.
I figured it out. It was my source was wrong on my actual webcam app. So
You can
I told you it was the webcam.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
They can
that's
literally
always
tell
fun.
you just moved. Like there's
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah. I gotta get this room jazzed up. This is gonna like my computer room. So we just bought a house last week, so we're still in the process of getting all the essential stuff, let alone, putting what I want in here.
Originally, the goal was I thought he was going to join us next week, and I would have been on all episode this week. And then he was like, hey, I can come in and do it if I was like, all right, yeah, let's just why wait? Let's bring you in. So it just made sense. But originally, I thought he wasn't going to start till the following week because with the move and all, it just made sense. TJ in the house. TJ says those you need is a 10, bro.
Yeah, I work too much to get that, TJ. You know that.
So check out TJ and Buff on Prop Stars. They'll be on tomorrow at 10 a.m. So make sure you guys go check them out.
Watch them every day.
Yeah,
Literally.
Me 30 links in the morning to tune in. That's my alarm. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, that's my alarm. I'm like, all right, I know the show's about to start because TJ's texted me. Buffs messaged me the link on Instagram. I'm like, all right.
that's how you know. So, all right. So let's get back to business. Now that we have all the hellos. Wait, you know what? Do we bring Drin in real quick? Say hi to Drin. Drin, do you want to shake your head? Yes or no? Do you want to come on and say hello real quick so we can introduce you to? All right, let's bring Drin. I didn't want to catch him off guard. And he was like, don't show me. Everybody, this is Drin. Drin's going to be our producer for the evening shows. He knows Sean as well. I thought Drin would be a good fit. And I've known Drin for about almost 2 years now. So Drin's a good dude, man. And excited to have him as part of this whole thing going forward, man. So thank you for being part of this, Drin.
Oh no, thank you for bringing the team. Look forward to producing all of y'all here. I'm really excited, honestly. Like I'm having a little jitters right now. Excited. Let's do this.
Well, luckily you don't have to be on camera as often. So
Literally.
That's fine.
And today basically just kind of hang out. Like when I come off this camera too, I'll be helping you backstage do the production and we'll go from there. But yeah. So Drim, we will see you in a little bit, man. And let's get back to business. All right.
Do you want to start with NFL? Because
I think NFL is probably where to start because I'll probably bounce out after that and leave it to you three, the new props, the new props. What am I saying? Sports rants. So yeah, let's go.
I want the people to hear all your feelings too. This is like a therapy session. So, alrighty, back to business per schedule. Trade deadline was yesterday, ended at 4 p.m. Eastern. And man, oh man, what if you are a New York Jets fan? What a day it was. Craziness all over. So I think let's go back to the morning of that day. The first thing that came across that I saw was Jacoby Myers. Obviously, again, traded from the Raiders to Jacksonville. Sean, Guy, Gene, any of you have particular thoughts on that trade?
Well, I mean, I think that was a trade that we all expected to happen, right? Not necessarily to Jacksonville, because I mean, there was a lot of talk that Jacksonville was going to be moving Brian Thomas. So it was one of the things where, like, well, why would they move Brian Thomas if they went? So I didn't think they would be in the market because it sounded like they were like sellers for as far as like what reporters were saying. So when the trade went there, I was a little surprised. I thought he could have ended up in either with the Giants, even though they shouldn't really be buyers, but I get why they would be. Or I really thought the Patriots would be a good spot for him, a nice landing spot. So I was a little surprised that he ended up in Jacksonville, but they're building something over there, and Jacoby Myers is a quality receiver.
I was hearing Buffalo for Jacoby. That's what I heard all day.
I did hear that too, but I really just thought the New England Patriots made more sense.
Yeah, what that signals is Travis Hunter is either done for the year or when he comes back, they're just going to simply let him play defense. They invested way too much capital in him to either risk rushing him back or, making him overplay essentially. That just signals to me like he won't be back as a receiver this year. But they have, I'm a huge Parker Washington fan. Picked him up in fantasy. Watch him run routes. He's a great route runner. He just gets you those short yards. He's not going to get you an explosive play. But I was kind of, they had something going there. The last 2 games, he got 10 and 11 targets, I think it is. So it kind of cuts into him a little bit, but they don't really play the same position necessarily. So, I mean, maybe they believe they have a chance to do something. It's not like that division is insanely good outside of the Colts, right? So,
Guy?
Yeah, I mean, I think leading to the trade deadline, I think he wanted out of Las Vegas anyway. So I guess they were just fielding whatever the best offer they got, and they just sent him over there. Jacksonville is a surprising fit, but I'm with you, Gene. I thought New England missed a big opportunity to improve their team at the deadline, given, their surprising record, right? I thought we thought they improved, but not by this much.
Yeah.
But to add to that passing attack, May's been pretty damn good so far.
And his familiarity with New England as well. Like he's played in New England before, so he knows the area. He knows, I'm sure he's crossed paths with Josh McDaniels. I'm assuming. So yeah, I thought it would have made sense.
Yeah, and does Jacksonville have an outside shot for a playoff spot? Maybe. I don't know.
They're 5-3. I mean, they're not out of it by any means. And Indianapolis got destroyed this week. So, I mean, that's not a thing to come because I think Indy is one of, if not the best team in the league currently. I mean, I think my team's the best team. I'm a Seahawks fan, but we won't get into that. But yeah, I just think they're not that many games behind in that division regardless. They're 5-3. I mean, Jacksonville, maybe they're saying, hey, Trevor Lawrence is going to pick it up and we got a chance to win this division still. We're only back, 2 games? So,
Yeah, and obviously Myers was unhappy. Obviously, he went from like a losing record. I mean, the Raiders are going nowhere this year. They look terrible. I don't know if you saw did you guys see the ending of that game this week?
Yeah, I was watching it.
What a terrible last play that was. I mean, Pete Carroll's face, his jaw pretty much hit the floor. they got so many problems over there. I feel bad for Johnsy. I mean, they got to completely restructure all of that. But nonetheless, back to the point. So obviously Meyer's very unhappy now going to team with who still has a fighting chance. So probably much happier there. So that was the first trade that we saw. Gene, where were you? Let me ask, where were you when you saw this Osh trade?
Was actually, I was sitting down and I was talking to a friend. Just for anyone who doesn't know, yesterday was my birthday.
Happy birthday.
And,
Happy birthday.
And a friend from
Happy birthday.
Thank you. It was a hell of a birthday. A friend of mine that's a huge Jet fan from New York, who I used to go to Jet games with all the time, texted me and said to say happy birthday. And then I texted him back saying thank you. And he goes, Source traded. I was like, what? No, he didn't get traded. I thought it was like a little prank. And sure enough, I look it up and yeah, traded to Indy for 2 first-round picks and Adonai Mitchell, which I got to be honest, again, the whole is great. And I know we spoke about it before the show. I felt like he's young enough that he should have been part of, if we're going to do a rebuild, he's one of those guys that you keep. He could be part of the rebuild. He's not aged out. I get why you would move on from Quinnen. He's like in his 7th year. He's maybe aged out for what you're looking to build. And Brees being a running back, you might be like, okay, he's kind of aged out because he's on a 2nd contract, so maybe we move in. I was just surprised it was Sauce. Now here, I will say this. If you look at the whole overall, so we had the first one, Michael Carter the second. When I don't know if it was before we were on the air last time, or you guys, I wasn't the
It was I think it was after. I think it was after.
Okay. They moved up to the 6th from the 7th to the 6th, which what's the big deal there, right? What I do like is we got young talent with a huge potential upside, right? With Mechie and then Mitchell. Both guys came out of the draft. A lot of people had a huge ton of upside. Still haven't really reached that level yet, but they're young enough where we could, we haven't even scratched the surface of what they could be. So I love, besides all the picks, I love that we're adding to our receiver room with nice young talent with untapped potential. So I think that's key, and I think we need to remember that too. And we also, we'll get into the next trade, in a moment. But yeah, I was on my phone and somebody texted me, and I looked it up because I thought it was a joke. And sure enough, he was gone.
I had literally just posted about what a wonderful week I had. Okay, so my weekend. All right, let me go back a little bit. Started off Friday night. Guy, I've been wanting to say this to you all weekend. My son's beating your Spurs. Started off my weekend fantastic on Friday night. I was like, all right, Arizona Wildcats football. They get a dub. Cool. All right, Jets don't play Sunday. Bye week. Perfect. Peace. I'm at peace. It's coming down to Monday Night Football for me in fantasy, all right? I won by 5 points this week. He had Dak Prescott. I had Trey McBride. And got a win there. And then we'll talk a little bit about it. I know it's not on the agenda today, but college men's basketball is back. Arizona Wildcats basketball upset the reigning champs and the number 3 ranked Florida Gators. I'm in the middle of a meeting. I just refreshed Instagram. I'm sitting next to my coworker, a Giants fan. I was like, I just nudged him and I looked, and both of our jaws literally to the floor because I could not believe it.
Did you think it was a troll account at first?
I thought it was, yes. I thought it was a joke because I'm
like, what's that account? Super Real NFL News or something like that?
Yeah, something fake. Yeah. And that's what I thought it was. And then the ESPN notifications came in, and I'm signed up to Yahoo, and then it all starts coming in. And this is the people that know I'm a Jets fan. When we win, crickets. I don't hear nothing. God forbid the Jets get blown out or something happens like that. And there came all the text messages. And I'll be honest, I've kind of gone over this plenty of times on like my Instagram and stuff like that. You guys can catch it, the full thing there. I don't want to take up too much time. But I'm not mad at it because, again, of the haul that we got for both of these trades. it was surprising, I'll say the least, but I'll be very honest, Sauce, he deserved to be paid when he was, okay? And
sure.
I'll be honest, I'm a little confused. I mean, from a money standpoint, it makes sense. It's a business. You know what I mean? Obviously, that's all going to the Colts now. But I'm like, all right, you extended him. I'm thinking you're investing in this player at this point. Then to trade him 4 months later, just it didn't make sense to me. Sauce, if it was Garrett Wilson, I would be in shambles right now. All right.
Yeah.
Apparently, there were some calls made, and they were like, nope, we're not trading. Thank God, because I would literally riot. But Sauce, I'll be honest, he's been very disappointing. He hasn't performed the way we've expected him to. He's semi-regressed since his rookie year. And I get it. The whole defense has also regressed. But Garrett Wilson, you have a playmaker there. You know what I mean? And you're supposed to have what Sauce is what Garrett is supposed to be, what Garrett Wilson is, Sauce is supposed to be on the other side of the ball, meaning the defense. He's not really a playmaker. I get it. The stats are great. I'm not saying he's not a top 5 cornerback. We don't have turnovers. We're kind of losing with both of the players that we lost. So to me, it wasn't. I get it. You know what I mean? It's a business at the end of the day. But I'm not too upset about it whatsoever. Quinnen hurt a little more simply because I felt like he was the heart of this defense more than Sauce was. But again, Quinnen's unhappy. He's been with us through a very long rough patch, and it hasn't gotten any better. He's internally requested some trades from what's been said. And you know what? Happy to have you go back and be with Solly Thomas over in with the Dallas Cowboys now. So
and we got a good return for him as well, to be fair.
You're right, exactly. Well, I'm surprised we even got that. I think we kind of finessed. Well, the Cowboys are desperate, but for me, I'm like, we kind of finessed them a little bit there.
They needed to make a move.
Yeah.
At minimum, just to shut everybody up. They need to be moved just for optics alone. But I'll tell you what, that Mazzie Smith isn't on. That's another guy, young talent, untapped potential that hasn't really reached his ceiling yet. Along with the picks, I like the fact that we got young players with untapped potential.
I'll be honest. I have not heard good things about him coming from actual Cowboys fans.
I agree. But that's also because I don't think he's reached I don't think he's reached what we were hoping for not we, but what people were hoping for when he was drafted.
Yeah.
So, but the potential is there. He was a high draft pick. But I do want to give a history lesson. There was a time where we got a boatload of picks for Darrelle Revis, and we used that pick on maybe the worst cornerback ever drafted. I'm blanking on his name now. From Alabama.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. It's
Milner, DJ Milner. And he was supposed to be a stud. I think we drafted him 9th overall. And he was supposed to be a stud. And he barely made the field. So just because you get the picks, it doesn't mean you're like we said before the show, we were talking. With these picks, you'd hope you got to draft the corner again now at this point. You would hope that the corner you draft could be half as good as Sauce. But will he be? Do you know what I'm saying? All you're doing is starting the financial clock over, really, if you get the right guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's the saying. These picks could be anything. They could even be Sauce Gardner. You never know.
Or they could be DJ Milner.
It's you're trying to sell. I get it. I'm very, very high on Sauce. And I know, Abs, it seems like you're kind of happy to get rid of him. But
no, I want to clarify. I'm not, because I felt like we could have built something with him. I'm not necessarily saying around him, but with him, absolutely. I don't think we needed to break this team down to a full. Now it's a total ground zero rebuild. We did not need to do that. I 100% don't think we needed to do that, but I also think they got an offer that they couldn't refuse. I mean, who's going to say no to that? We have so many needs.
It's just, to me, I get you get the 2 first rounders, but realistically, at worst, they're mid to late first rounders. So, you're not getting that high. I mean, there's obviously gems in the draft. Don't get me wrong, but like,
And there's also the ammo to move up now.
yeah, it's just. I mean, they have what 7? I think it was 7 first and second round picks the next 2 years is what the Jets have, which is great. It's just like I said, you can maybe get someone like Sauce. It's just Sauce reminds me, and I'm not comparing the two, but because obviously they're 2 different DBs, but
I think what you're gonna say.
A lot of Richard Sherman.
Yep.
Like he locks down the entire. He guards every single number one.
His style is very much like Richard Sherman as well. Forget about the fact what he did on the field. His style is very much like Richard Sherman.
And sure, he has 3 interceptions. And I was actually talking to TJ today because we both think he's elite. Some other people that in our big money league for fantasy, we have a chat and they're like, "Oh, he's overrated. He can't tackle. If he could tackle, he'd be a safety." Corners aren't out there to make these highlight tackles. They're there to shut down the receivers. He guards the number 1 receiver, no matter who they're playing. He's in the same tier as Surtain and Stingley to me. I mean, you can put him on the field. They're going to lock it down. And he never was that guy that got you a ton of interceptions. He's got long arms. He plays back. He gives the defenders or the receivers, like 10 yards of space because he's not going to get beat on long plays. Is every corner going to get beat at some point or another? Yes, but he's not giving up 50-yard plays every time he's on the field, and he's shutting down the entire side of the field that he's on. Yes, he's not as strong as Sherman, TJ, but it's just like the thing is like you put him on that side of the field, and what you're doing is you're trying to just say like this field is a no zone, and that's typically what happens, right? I mean, you probably watch more games than me, and I'm not watching every single Jets game, but kind of from what I've seen, that's how I feel.
No, and that's fine. And what you don't know about me is I'm a little more biased towards Garrett Wilson. Like that's my guy. I felt like you should have like built around. You know what I mean? But no, I'm seeing what you're saying. I don't know why so many Jets fans are completely overjoyed. I'm not jumping for joy at what we did yesterday. I understand it and I can accept it because of the haul we got back, but in no way am I like, yay, we're gonna nail all these draft picks because we've seen Gene, we have seen this before so many times. And it's like, here we go again. And now we're pushed out even for me another year without the playoffs. I've seen them draft a quarterback and it not work out. And even at this point, speaking of the quarterbacks coming out this year, no one can agree on who's the first solid pick. And that makes me very scared because I'm like, all right, should you just wait another year? Because the 2027 class is a lot better.
Yeah, that's what I would do. 100%.
And again, Woody said it obviously on the pop-off, but Woody said it to me yesterday when we did our little recording. He said the same thing, and Gene, you might get mad. These are the same eyes that wanted Justin Fields as their quarterback for this year. And so he was like, how can I trust these eyes to then go ahead and nail all these draft picks in the future, essentially?
I want to say this. There wasn't many options. They wanted to move on from Aaron Rodgers.
You let one walk out the door.
No, come on. Aaron Rodgers was not Aaron. They wanted to start a clock all new. Aaron Rodgers was not the guy they wanted to have in the locker room because of his diva personality. I really do firmly believe that. I love the fact, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. I love the fact of how they got rid of him. They called him into town, and me and Guy, we reenacted it. Anyone that watches the show knows me and Guy had it down pat. Came in, said he'd love to be the quarterback for the Jets. I said, no, thank you. On your way. I despise Aaron Rodgers. So, again, I don't think they wanted him here, not for his quality of play, but for the man that he is. And I think they didn't want that in the locker room. And they took a low-risk, high-reward gamble on Justin Fields because he was what it was. They paid him pretty much up front. They got a 2-year deal, so next year they won't have to pay him. And it's kind of like a tryout year. I think that's firmly exactly what it was. And to be honest with you,
$30 million for a trial year is crazy.
Not how quarterbacks get played nowadays. And you're gonna pay him 10 next year.
Sean, you weren't here in the beginning when Gene was the first person saying Justin Fields was comeback player of the year.
Oh, I did say that. That's true. And he probably heard me say it.
I know tons of people were really high on him in fantasy. I mean, he gets the rush yards. It's just he didn't do anything in Chicago, and I didn't think anything would change there. I don't know. know how you solve the quarterback issue besides drafting one and developing one. But like TJ said, you're like, 2 to 3 years out now. Like if you wait till the 20s and, the premier asset in the 2027 draft, Arch Manning, right? He had a tough start of the year. He looks great now. I mean, it looks like the longer, he's going to play in college, the better he's going to get. This quarterback draft class is really weak. You got like 6 quarterbacks who all are probably second round picks every other year. So you're not too like sad you're not getting a quarterback this year, but you wait till next year, hope to trade up. But yeah, you guys just it's another clock, right? Like there's nothing to get excited about as a Jets fan now because you're just in rebuild mode and you kind of know that, right? So
let me ask you a question. Do you want them to take Mendoza this year? Because that's the guy, Fernando Mendoza. He's the guy that everyone seems like at this point is the consensus number one. At this point, it'll probably change 5 times.
Ty Simpson was the guy now, the Alabama quarterback. And you got Moore from Oregon. There's a couple quarterbacks that are good.
I don't know if
Cade still has the potential from Clemson. Clemson just looks like a dumpster fire. So, there's a lot of quarterbacks in this class. It's just there's no like quarterback that you're like, yeah, I want that guy as my franchise quarterback.
Right. I agree.
That's just the reality of it. Mendoza's good. Indiana looks incredible. But is that a guy that you're going to want to draft and be like, yeah, that's my guy now? I don't think so. But no, I could definitely be wrong on that.
Listen, you got 4 picks in the first 2 rounds this year, right? I believe, right? I load up. I go out and I get maybe another guard because I don't think I want to keep Simpson again around next year. But I go grab another guard at one point, and out of those 4 picks, I get myself a stud receiver to place on the other side of Garrett Wilson with one of those picks. I get Breece Hall's replacement with one of those picks. I get a corner with one of those picks. And then you go into the following year's draft, still probably being pretty bad. And that's where I get my quarterback. You guys are right. It's 27. And you still have another 4 picks after your first round pick to still even add more young talent to this team. And maybe that's when you start putting the defense together a little bit more. So you get your quarterback and you put your defense. But this year I'd go and I'd get my other offensive weapons and get them ready to go. Garrett Wilson is paid. You get you start your clock. You have a whole new clock on your stud receiver on the other side. You get your offensive line is nice and young. You get your other back, start over with your back, and then, like I said, the following year you go out and you get your quarterback and you reload on defense.
But I don't know why you care. You're jumping ship. You're going to Tampa now.
I just
to the pirate ship. Oh,
yeah. Well, the pirate ship's it's nice. I do want to say one thing too. I want to shout out my son because he had who's the receiver from a couple of years ago, number 8. I'm blanking on his name.
Elijah
Moore. He had the Elijah Moore jersey. That season, he was done. He had the Aaron Rodgers jersey. He was done. He had the Sauce jersey. He's now gone. We call him the Jersey Jinx. So I said to him, I was like, "Do me a favor, bro. Can you please get a Yankee Aaron Boone jersey, please? Get a Yankee Aaron Boone jersey because we need the Jersey Jinx to work for the Yankees as well." So shout out to him. He seems to always pick the wrong guy. I told him Garrett Wilson's safe right now. He's not going anywhere, I think.
Thank God. Literally, my boyfriend, when he got the news, he's like, "Thank God we didn't buy you the Sauce Gardner jersey." That's the first thing he said. I was like, "Bro, that was like the clutch." And I was about to get a Breece Hall one, and then he fumbled on the screen, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm putting this back." And Quinnen was on there. They just didn't have my size, so I was like, "All right, I'm cool with."
His brother got benched too.
Yep. Well, I'm not surprised by that. He's probably going to be out, and he can head to Dallas too. Probably just going to follow in his brother's footsteps. Really quickly, Guy, you've been quiet, but you're always making faces. Always.
No, I mean, with all the stuff, all the high expectations that you guys had at the beginning of the year, just to end up at the trade deadline in full rebuild, it's just kind of funny to me because it's the same old Jets at the end of the day. It's different people, but the same result. And it goes back to leadership. I think you got to get rid of Woody Johnson. As long as he's there, I think kind of like how Snyder was for the Redskins / Commanders. You just got to exercise that demon out of that organization for it to really flourish and bloom. But as long as that guy is still there, you know, it's not really much to be hopeful for. And I don't want to rain in the parade of getting all those picks, but you still got to hit on those picks. You know, you trade like a top 5, top 3 quarterback who I think needed a change of scenery anyway. I think he's going to do great for Indianapolis. And especially if they're looking forward to the playoffs, there's not really that many great wideouts in the AFC. So to have a shutdown corner on a playoff team could really be useful. So like Denver, Cortland Sutton, right? Is he a bona fide one? You know what I'm saying? Does Buffalo have one? Does New England have one? So I think they have a chess piece there that, you know, if you want to go big, you have to sometimes pay the price, right? Scared money doesn't make money out here. So I applaud the Colts for, you know, taking a gamble on a really good start and a good year. You know, you might not get this opportunity. You might not get a full year of Jonathan Taylor healthy. You know, Daniel Jones might not replicate this year next year. So you got to strike while the iron's hot. And, you know, I think it was just two teams going in different directions that made sense to do business.
Yeah. Now, I'm happy for Sauce. Like Indy went all in and they have an actual chance to like go somewhere. So I'm like, bro, you just went from 1 to 7 to what? 7 and 2. Congrats. Like I want nothing but the best for Sauce at this point. And Quinton too. There is no ill will. This wasn't like a Jamal Adams. Well, in some ways it was a Jamal Adams trade, but it wasn't like Jamal Adams and his attitude and all of that. So
the Jamal Adams trade was probably the biggest fleecing that Jets had ever gotten.
Yeah.
And they got some good players for it. I mean, that was part of that draft class that we had. Was part of that. So
let's put up Macho's comment really
quickly. Yeah, Dream, can you pop that back up real quick? I don't know if Dream knows. He's all right. So there we go. Can I tell you something? And TJ already said that he could be a good get. I love this idea. I didn't even think about this idea. I love this idea. I love it.
No? Are you You're delusional.
I don't know.
I think Mac Jones is horrible. I told TJ this today. I can show you the text messages. His reprogression is horrible. He's a byproduct of that San Fran offense.
No, I'm not
good.
But
that is.
Listen to what he's saying, though.
Fourth rounder, maybe.
That's what I'm saying. A fourth rounder, you still have all those picks to do what we just said before to do. And if he still doesn't work out, you only took a low risk, high reward flyer on the guy, and you can still draft a quarterback at 27.
I'd rather like TJ said roll out Jameis Winston than trade for Mac Jones. But
isn't Mac Jones the same draft class as Zach Wilson?
Yeah.
What are we just gonna go back through the draft class with all the quarterbacks that didn't work out? Even Trevor Lawrence has a big question mark. What kind of delusional idea is that? Macho, I love that you brought it up. Please keep commenting. 1 year rental. No, we have a 1 year rental right now. It's not working. I'd rather have.
We're gonna have a 1 year rental next year either. He's also a 1 year rental.
But it would be fun. It would be fun.
But there's no upside there. You might bring in Mac Jones, and all of a sudden you find something.
Justin Fields was also that draft class.
Yeah.
And Trey Lance. That was a draft class if I've ever seen one.
People thought that was gonna be like one of the all-time great draft classes.
Yeah. Kyle Pitts, 4th overall pick in that class, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going. I'm not even entertaining that idea. No. We just look like idiots running through that whole thing of like, oh, we should have chose you. We should have chose you. We should have chose you. No.
We look like the Knicks looking for a head coach last season.
Literally, man, it's like sifting through garbage. It's like, oh, Stan was the best. You're still going to get 10 cents for it at the end of the day.
But Abby, but you said it, we would look like idiots. We already do. What's the difference?
I'm not. No, you know.
That's a take.
Johnny Boy in the house.
Mac Jones could be the next Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold looks incredible. I mean, geez, what a turnaround he's done for
You
Seattle.
would say that because they're winning.
I mean,
He's
yeah,
an
but
MVP candidate.
he's probably second in MVP voting now, and I don't think that's a stretch to say that because let's just be realistic. 1 and 2 should probably be JSN and Jonathan Taylor, but it's a quarterback award. But I mean, what he looks incredible in the pocket. I've watched Sam Darnold for years, and he looks better than he did last year in Minnesota. And I don't think that we have the most talented offense. We can't get the run game going. We're like 26 in the league in run. And then we just upgraded our receiving core with Shaheed. So I'm really excited. And, Darnold has done a 180. I don't see Mac Jones being as talented as Darnold just because Darnold was, that guy coming out of college. That whole draft, that was a 2018 draft class. It was like Baker, Darnold, and all them.
That's my quarterback.
Yeah. Your new one, right?
Yeah.
Put up Johnny Boyd's comment again. About trading for Burrow. There we go.
That was a rumor that came out today.
I saw that.
You guys would be great for 6 games a year, and then he'd get hurt.
That is very true. Macho says I would love Burrow, but I doubt the Bengals do it.
I mean, seriously though, do you think that the Bengals look significantly better when Burrow is not playing for some reason? Is that just me? I know they have the weapons, right? Like they got the running back, they got the receivers. I mean, but Flacco is what, 42? He's putting up 470 yards. I mean, what is going on? And he's not he's a pocket passer. He's not running the ball and scrambling every play. Like if he can't get out of the pocket, he's getting sacked essentially. Mm-hmm. It's just impressive what that team can do. And I just don't feel like Burrow has ever looked like the guy he did in college.
Yeah, and that's the one thing I critique Burrow on. He's great when he's healthy, but at this point, the injuries are adding up. It's a little bit of a liability. You can blame like the O-line and all of those type of issues, but
the same people are going in and playing with the same O-line and doing significantly better. So I don't think, and like TJ, he could play quarterback. I could go out there and play quarterback with those weapons. You know what I mean? Like we can say that their O-line sucks, but the same backup quarterback is playing with the same O-line that Burrow is playing with, and they're putting up significantly more numbers. I don't know. That's probably a hot take, but I just think that if they could get some sort of compensation to first, let's just say for Burrow, which I don't think is out of the realm for a franchise quarterback, why not do it? You've shown that you can run an offense without him there, right? You have the receiving weapons, you have Chase Brown. Maybe you take a tight end in the 3rd or 4th round and try to develop one.
Johnny Boy says, ask Taco how he feels after the games. Ask him about the ribs and all those.
He's still threw for 470 yards. I mean, he's still putting up. I mean, you can go look at the fantasy numbers. Those T. Higgins and Jamar Chase went from being completely non-relevant to, essentially. I don't have the exact numbers on hand, but the last 3 weeks, I would assume they're probably wide receiver, top 5 wide receivers. I mean, that offense just looks like they're on a different level. And granted, they give up 43 or whatever, 48 to the Bears. The defense is horrible. So yeah, the offense is on the field a lot more, but I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah. Before we move on to some picks and then some fantasy football talk really quickly, because I want to hear how you all did this weekend. And it's not on the agenda, but Kyler Murray not playing again this week. I want to know your guys' thoughts on what's going on with the QB situation.
I think he's on the IR now, right?
Yeah.
I think,
They put him on it a few hours ago.
What's so? There's rumors that he could be a Jet next year.
Oh. Everybody can be a Jet next year.
He'd be exciting to watch.
Everybody can be a Jet next year. I'll be a Jet next year.
Yeah, there you go.
They might need you.
Play me a quick 6 figures. I'll do it for less. Interesting situation though, but fantasy talk real quick, and then we'll get into some like NFL picks for this week. Do you all win fantasy football this week? I obviously mentioned that I did. Guy, you won
1 and 2.
Yep.
Sean won. Gene, you went 1-2 and
1-2
league. Oh no, it's Destino who's in like 17 leagues.
Dustino's nuts.
Crazy. He told us that, and I was like, bro, you are nuts.
You're rooting against half the guys on half your teams because you're playing against guys you need to do well on one team that are on another league doing tough.
Yeah, I literally scraped by the skin of my teeth. It was he had Dak, I had McBride, and I was sweating. There was a point I was only up by like 3 points, and I was like, I'm gonna lose. But
yeah, I went in Monday. I was going against McBride, Javante, and CD up 75. And I'm like, I'm not even guaranteed to win. Luckily, they all had pretty average game. I mean, Javante had below average game, but I was like, cool, I'm up 75, but that literally means nothing when I'm going against those 3 players. Seriously.
And I was so pissed off because they were throwing to MHJ. And I'm like, well, he's wide open. You know what I mean?
You look great. Speaking of, a player that benefits, Marvin looks fantastic with Brissett. I mean, Kyler has never, his talent level is through the roof, right? Like he could be any dynasty league a top player, right? But he has not looked the part with Kyler. And is that a byproduct of Kyler just not being good? And granted, Marvin looks lazy on a lot of plays. I watch a lot of Arizona games.
I mean, how many drops does he have where it's just he has so many drops where it's like he's just not even trying.
But
he's so frustrating.
He's so explosive, and we got a glimpse of that on Monday night, right? I mean, that jumping catch that he made, like he just looks the part when he's in the right position. And Brissett is, he did the same thing in Indy, heavy passing quarterback. But that offense, you were asking about the Kyler thing. I actually don't like it because I'd much rather Kyler play. I'm that division. I think, biasly, we have the hardest division in the league currently. And that's with Arizona underperforming. And they look like a totally different, and granted, Dallas is Dallas, but they look like totally reformed offense this week. And that's without an RB1. They got practice squad RBs out there.
Literally, they got former New York Jet and Bam Knight playing for them over there.
Yeah,
I was a Bam Knight guy.
He doesn't look horrible. And then you got Trey Benson coming back in a couple weeks. You lose James Conner at the beginning of your just tragic injury. But
man, I know I can't wait for Benson to come back because he's on. I have him on fantasy, and I'm like, dude. And then I ended up picking up DeMarcado, which I'm thinking of starting this week.
He almost busted off that 40-yard run for the touchdown, and he kind of got caught at the end. But yeah, I mean, like TJ said, Kyler's all about himself. I mean, he extends plays to an unnecessary level. There's just so much that he does as a quarterback that, is just get rid of the ball or check down a running back. He doesn't use his running backs for check down. There's so much. Yeah. But anyways.
Guy, I want to make sure you saw Johnny Boy's comment. Guy, I also hate the Nets. He just hates everything about you, Guy.
It's all good. Hates really love, but I'm repping the New Jersey Nets, not the Brooklyn Nets. That abomination. New Jersey all day.
They haven't won a game yet.
Yeah.
No, they won today.
They won today.
Brooklyn won today. They beat the Pacers, by like 10, I think it was, or 9. But the Pacers are poverty as well right now, so it's not saying much. They're like 1-7, I think.
All right. Well, we'll move into NBA talk after this. Let's do some quick NFL picks really quickly. So we got Thursday Night Football tomorrow. We have the Raiders at the Broncos. They have the Broncos by 9.5.
Yeah, we actually got the banners for it. So I'll pop. Don't worry about it. I'll pop the banners up.
Even better. All right, Guy. You taking Denver spread?
Yeah. I'm taking the spread.
I'm going Denver too.
After last week, I'm taking Las Vegas. All the underdogs that were favored to lose by this much won. I mean, you had the Panthers win. But in all seriousness, Denver should just absolutely mop the floor with them. But it's been a crazy NFL season, so games like this are hard to predict on a short.
Literally.
I mean, you could probably take Vegas spread and be comfortable with it, but Denver is going to win this game probably.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Denver and take the under.
Denver and
under 42. What was the Jacksonville under? 48? and they put up 50 something. I don't know. I just feel like I guess they just trade Jacoby, but I feel like the Raiders just stay in games unnecessarily, and they just score a ton of garbage time touchdowns that lead to super inflated scores.
Sounds like the Jets a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm nauseous.
You're a Bucs
All
fan now. You're okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I am a Bucs fan.
All right, we got the Falcons at the Colts.
Bad Bunny. Although I do miss Tego Calderon. I haven't heard from him in a while, but it's Bad Bunny.
All right,
Does
Falcons at
Sauce
Colts.
play this week? Isn't he in concussion protocol? Did I see
He
something
was
about that?
practicing today.
Yeah, he was
I thought I saw
practicing.
something about him being in concussion protocol.
He's the first player in NFL history to play in England and Germany in the same season.
Well, there's also who else got Shaheed and someone else got traded. I think it might have been Quinnen. They're both going to have 3 bye weeks this year, or something like that, or 2 bye weeks. I think it was 2 bye weeks. Sorry, 3 is not possible, but yeah, they're both going to have 2 bye weeks, which is kind of funny.
Nice. All right, we got Falcons at the Colts. They got the Colts by 6.5. Over under 48.5.
Yeah, I'm going Colts.
I'm gonna take Falcons on the spread, but I'm gonna take the over.
I'm going to take the over, but I'm going to take the Colts as well.
I'm going to take the Colts easily. All right. We got the Toilet Bowl with the Cleveland Browns at the New York Jets. The Jets were favored to win, and after the trade deadline, they are now favored to lose. It is Cleveland by 2.5, over under 37.5. Guys having a good time.
Yeah, I'm taking the Browns.
Yeah. Much better offense. And their defense is still top 5 in the league, right? Yeah, they're just ridiculous.
I already said I have to stand by this because my prediction was that first of all the Jets are horrendous coming out of the bye week, and so I already had Browns, so I'll take the Browns.
I see like a 6-3 kind of game.
10-9.
Cleveland's offense is much better than 6-3, especially against this depleted Jets defense as well.
It's going to be the lowest rated game in NFL history.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think the 0-17 Lions games we're going to have more views than this.
If anybody's watching that game, check on them because they might be on suicide watch.
They should just put that game on radio.
I'm going to put this game on all 4 screens at Boathouse. Just everyone's going to be watching the Jets Browns.
Well, no, I'm not. Was it for the Cincy game at the beginning? I forgot which game it was that the audio was off, and it sounded like they were calling the game from like a toaster oven. And so I'm like, they might as well have. You're right, guy. They might as well have it on radio. They can't even get the broadcast right. All right. Moving on, we got the Patriots at Gene's new team and the Buccaneers. They have Tampa by 2.5.
I will be there. Can't wait. It's going to be over. I'm taking Tampa, and it's going to be over.
Yeah, I got Tampa on this game as well. I don't know. I think it's probably going to be 50-point game, so I'll probably have the over too. But
yeah,
definitely Tampa.
Looks like Bucky Irving should be back. Godwin should be back.
He's not practicing.
I heard that he did that. Oh, maybe I heard wrong.
He's running. He's not no contact. So I actually think he doesn't play this week again.
I'm hoping he does.
But I still think that Baker is a magician with limited weapons, and Egbuka is a stud. So probably goes for 3 touchdowns this week.
Guy?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bucs, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots beat them.
I'm right there with you. I almost want to take the Patriots. You know what? I'll go against the grain. I'll take the Patriots this week. All right. Next one. You got the Jaguars at the Texans. Houston by 1.5.
No Shroud this week. So I'm going to take Jacksonville here, actually. Davis Mills is a shell of – Shroud's horrible too, but, I mean, Davis Mills is not Shroud. So, I'm taking Jacksonville.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to take Jacksonville, and I don't know if that's a tough under over for me. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't feel like it's gonna be an offensive explosion, but I feel like. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna take the under.
Yeah,
I got Jacksonville as well. I mean, I have no confidence in Houston.
And nor should we.
No.
yeah. Take the Jaguars as well. So we're all in agreement there. All right, next one. Oh, look at offer guy. You got the Bills at the Dolphins. Buffalo by 9.5. Guy, why don't you go first?
I got Buffalo in this game.
Buffalo by 1 million.
I don't know if we can cuss on this show, but this is going to be an ass
You
whooping.
can.
That's all I know. This is going to be a complete ass whooping. This is probably a 21-point game. There's just, yeah. I mean, the one shining star on Miami's team is HN, and I just don't see him getting going either. This is going to be, yeah, Sky says this is probably a game that ends in a tie. But I think that the over hits in this game. I think Buffalo probably puts up 42 to 49 points, somewhere in that range. And I just think this game is going to be a spanking.
I'm a Josh Allen fantasy owner, so I'm thoroughly.
Oh, me too. Absolutely, me too. I'm hoping for 4 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns
I'm
this
like
game.
praying on it.
James Cook is all well. I will say James Cook is also hurt, so there is that. I don't know if he'll be back for this game, but apparently he has a foot injury, so that's something to keep an eye on as well. But I don't think that matters.
I think I might play them. I think my team might play them in the Super Bowl this year, Bills. So we'll stay.
The
Oh
Bucs?
my God.
Okay.
All right.
All right, we got the Giants at the Bears. Chicago by 3.5.
Got the Giants here. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. But I think that the Giants are going to win this game for some reason. I don't know why. I think that what's going to happen is the Bears are going to be overconfident of how many points they scored last week, and they're going to come in here, and it's just going to be a low-scoring affair, and the Giants probably win by 4 points.
This is ripe for an under. I feel like it's super high, man.
Yeah.
I'm taking the under for sure. I'm more sure of the under than anything else in this game.
Same.
But I'm probably gonna go Giants. I think it's gonna be a close game. I think it's gonna be a field goal game one way or the other. So I'm gonna take the Giants and I'm gonna take the under.
I'm going with the Bears.
I'm going Bears as well.
Yeah, they're better on every facet of the ball. So I don't see the Giants winning.
All right.
Ravens.
We got the Ravens at the Vikings. Baltimore by 4.5.
I got Minnesota.
Yeah, me too.
I got Minnesota in this game as well. I don't think that Baltimore has shown that they can put anything together all year. Yeah, you have Lamar back, but I'm super down on them. A lot of people think they're just still going to come back and win the division. This spread is 4.5. The 4.5 is a really weird spread. I think this game's going to be a lot closer than it is. And you saw last week McCarthy, he threw for 148, but they scored 27 points. Guy can run the ball. He's sitting there laughing at people when he's juking them. I mean, he's got a little swagger to him. I think he throws for probably 250 this game, and we see a little bit of, an explosion from them. But both the teams like to run the ball as well. So the time management on the clocks is going to be a lot. TOP is going to be probably favoring Baltimore, but they're going to run a lot.
Do you take them on the money line, Minnesota?
Yeah.
Oh, so you got them winning outright. Okay.
Yeah.
Guy?
I think I'm going to take the points, but I think maybe the Ravens win last-second field goal type thing.
I don't like that spread at all.
It's a tough one.
Well, the thing is, if Baltimore loses this game too, they're pretty much done, right? Like if Pittsburgh wins this week and Baltimore loses, I mean, I'd say that division, they're not going to be able to get a wild card with how good the AFC is, just from top to bottom, it seems like. So they have to win this game, but I just don't see them winning. And 4.5 is such a weird spread.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Vikings lose, but only by 3, like a field goal. All right, let's move on. We got the Saints at the Panthers, who have had a surprising season so far. Carolina by 5.5.
How was New Orleans minus 200?
Or maybe it's supposed to be plus. It
I'm
might be
slamming the Panthers money line plus 200 if that's the case.
that's a typo.
Yeah, no. Carolina looks incredible this year too. And incredible is a stretch, but they're 5-4. And if anyone in here says they expect them to be 5-4, you're lying to yourself and all of us. Rico looks insane. 600 plus yards from scrimmage the last 3 games he started. Carolina is just a surprising team, and I think they probably win this game by 14. Tyler Shuck looks horrible. Yeah, there's nothing more to say.
Guy?
Yeah, I'm going with the Panthers. I'll take that easy.
Same. Gene?
Panthers.
All righty. Panthers it is. Next one. Got an NFC matchup. NFC West matchup with the Cardinals at the Seahawks. Seahawks by 6.5. Sean.
Oh, I got Seattle. I got Seattle by 1 million here. I mean, we look in every facet of the game incredible. We're top 5 in DVOA in every single category: special teams, offense, defense. We just, like I said, we had a huge trade to get Shaheed, who's going to stretch the field. And I mean, JSN already absolutely shreds DBs. He's going to have more space because the safeties are going to have to respect the up high. I think we probably win by 13. The thing is the Cardinals always play us tough, but I feel like this year is just a different year for us and how the team looks. So,
Gene.
I'm going to take Seattle.
Guy.
I like Seattle, but I think it's going to be a close game. Like Sean said, the Cardinals usually play them pretty tough, and the Cardinals are playing pretty good right now. So I think they can hang around for a little bit. I don't know. 6.5 is a little bit too much for me.
And I'm right there with you. Sean, I live here in Arizona, so I watch a lot of Cardinals football, and they're like my backup team. So I'm like 6.5 to me is way too much as well. I don't think the Cardinals come out with a win, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than that.
yeah, I mean, we just dog walked Washington with Jaden Daniels most of the game, and I think Washington was a much better team than Arizona. So I kind of feel like it's going to be the same kind of game, but it's a divivigal game.
You never know.
You can never think. I'm a Seahawks fan, so I got to say what I got to say.
All righty. Next one, we got Lions at the Commanders. Detroit by 9.5.
Yeah,
That's a huge spread on the road.
as it should be.
Yeah.
That Commanders team is dog shit, for lack of a better
Well,
word.
Riddle, the injury bug has hit them.
I mean, they no McLaurin, no Daniels. I'm an Oregon Ducks fan. You know, I love Mariota, but Jesus, you're rolling out Mariota and the 3 blind mice out there. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Good luck. I mean, that Lions team just came off a tough loss to Minnesota with, that offense looking horrible. I think Gibbs is going to put up 40 fantasy points this week. They're going to probably give him the ball and feed him the ball, and this game's going to be a spanking too.
Yeah, they're going to come out snarling tomorrow, Sunday.
Yeah. I got the Lions. They're going to play pissed off. And,
Oh, yeah.
Commanders just wrong place, wrong time.
This is going to be like a college team playing NFL team this week. I got a funny feeling it's going to be bad.
I'm rolling with Detroit as well. All right. We got the Rams at the 49ers.
Game of the
Rams
week.
by 3.5. This is going to be a fun one.
It's the Sunday night game, right?
No, this is a 4:25 game. This is an afternoon game. The night game is the Chargers and Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's right, Charles.
Still a good
Okay.
game, but yeah, this is game of the week right here to me. This is going to be a barn burner.
Yeah, it's definitely taking the over on this one.
I think Purdy comes back this week too, possibly. So that'll be huge for that offense. I think Mac Jones has done a serviceable job, but Purdy just unlocks Kittle and Jennings, and McCaffrey is far and away the best player in the league this year, in my opinion, just all around. He's number 6 or 8. He's number 8 in rushing yards and 6 in receiving yards, including wide receivers. It is just insane what he's doing. And this, if Purdy plays, this will probably be like a 60 or 70 point game.
Mm-hmm. All right, Gene. None of these are your teams.
Don't want to get it right.
I wish you were thinking that hard about Justin Fields.
He's going to be a star someday. You watch. I'm taking Frisco and the over. I'm taking Frisco outright.
Yeah, I'm with you, Gene. I think
I
got the Niners. I think they find a way to win.
And the over. I think it's going to be.
To clarify, the Rams, I think they win this game.
I'm going with the Rams.
On the spread?
I don't. This game is so. I think this game's a field goal game, but it's going to be a barn burner. I think whoever has the ball last wins this game. But this game's going to be insane. I mean, if Purdy's back now, if Purdy's not back, I think that the Rams do win by the spread. But if Purdy is back, I just think what he does for that offense as a whole is significantly more than Mac Jones does, obviously. But if Purdy plays, I think it's a 3-point game.
Sean, is that your dog by you?
It is. I'm trying to keep her from barking.
It's okay.
She loves to scream and shout.
We're pet friendly.
Oh yeah,
Gene has all his cats all the time playing with the blinds in the back.
My dogs are work, so she's just free roaming, and I'm like, please don't bark. She just loves to start spinning around the middle of the room and barking, and I'm like, please, not right now.
All right, we got Sunday Night Football. Steelers at the Chargers. Chargers by 2.5.
Got the Chargers here. I'll just lead it off again. I think they're a better team. I just think the Steelers have a lot of weird wins this year. They're a good team, and they're 5-3, 6-3, whatever they are. But the Chargers there's something about them this year. That offense is insane.
I think the Chargers win big. I think it's just real. I don't think it's a close one. I'm going to take the Chargers. I might take the over just because I think the Chargers are going to put up points.
What depends on what Steelers defense do you get? That's the perennial question week in and week out. They're either the best defense in the league or they're 100%. Just getting 40 points put on them.
They're Jekyll and Hyde, man.
Oh, you know what? That is a good point. I changed my pick. I have the Steelers. I forgot Joe Alt is out, and that's a huge bust for that one.
Oh, that's a good point. But they just added somebody. Who they add? They got somebody yesterday.
You can add whoever you want. It's not Joe Alt.
Penning, right?
They got
right? No.
I think it was Trevor Penning they got.
I don't remember where they got him from, but you're right. They did trade for someone
from the Saints.
From the Saints?
Yeah.
That's such a big deal.
He's not Joe Alt, I get it, but I mean, it's not like they got a scrub plan either. So
no, I mean that's true, but you're already at a worn down O line, and then you got Kamani Vidal, who's been okay, but you're not going to be able to really control the run game probably with that front seven that Pittsburgh has. I mean, TJ and I have talked about TJ at the beginning. I thought they were the best defense in the league. I thought they were really good, but again, it's what defense are you going to get? That's the questions. What are you going to get? The 40-point defense, or are you going to get the defense that puts up 30 fantasy points?
Yeah, I just feel like I had them. I drafted them. I think in every league I'm in, and I mean I know that it doesn't seem it's the same translation, but they've just been underwhelming to me this year defensively.
I agree.
Yeah, I got the Steelers in this game. I don't think that O-line holds
plus money too at a straight money line. I mean, that's not bad for a team that's not super. They're not a stellar team. I don't think any team in that division is stellar this year, but they can win games. They can definitely go out there and grind games out.
Yeah, that's a winnable game for them.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. Monday Night Football. This is going to be a good one.
I mean, this could be the game of the week too, right?
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
And this is the most appropriately set lines that there is.
100%.
I think Green Bay wins by 3. I think the over hits. I think it's a 24-21 game. And, Philly has an outside chance to win, and the money line's plus 115. This is the most appropriately set lines that you can have. We're not sure if Saquon plays. That they're saying he's good to go. You never know with groin injuries, right? But they're coming up. Philly's coming off a bye week, and Green Bay's coming off. The thing is, Green Bay's coming off a tough loss. They looked horrible against the Panthers, right? So, this game is going to be potential for game of the week. They could put up 60 points, but this could be a slow, low-scoring game as well.
I mean, if you look at what the spread is, this is like you said it. They really got this one right, and it just shows you the Vegas even thinks that this is whoever is home wins this game, right? Because what do they say? It's 3 points goes to the home team usually, right? And it's a 2.5 spread, which means if it's the other way around, it's probably 2.5 the other way, right? So
probably even money.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying that if Philly's home,
it's like probably point like it's probably at 1 point.
Yeah,
it's essentially what it'll be. But the money line says it all, right? Plus 115. Yeah. You're literally at even money, even if there's a.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Green Bay as well. I'm also gonna take the over. This is gonna be a great game.
Yeah,
could be your future NFC Championship game.
Very true.
I mean, if something happens to the Bucs,
of course. Now I got the Eagles in this game. They find a way to win. I think they match up well against Green Bay. The last couple of times, last year, the playoffs, I think it carries over. They just got their number, I think.
I'm going with the Eagles as well.
Seems like we're split on a lot of games, which I like.
I had the over.
Yeah, I think over. This is definitely an over. I don't think by much, but I think it's definitely over. I don't think it's going to be like one of these like 35, 31 kind of games, but I think it's going to be over.
I'm looking at the dog in the background. Look how cute.
She's on a generational run right now in this room.
All right. Well, as obviously we got more football coming up, of course, still mid-season. Lots of football still to go. But something that ended, and Gene, I know you were going to hop off, but I really want you to stay for the MLB talk, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
Because I know you always have a lot of thoughts. But we have a new champion. Again, the damn LA Dodgers take it.
They went back to back, no?
Yep. 2 years in a row. And
what a game. What a series.
What a series.
Oh.
If you're a baseball fan, this playoffs was an absolute treat. I'm a Marlins fan, or not Marlins. Jesus, I'm a Mariners fan. So I was just reading something about the Marlins. I was looking at a Sandy trade possibly. But that Blue Jays Mariners series was incredible. The Blue Jays are down by 2. They hit a 3-run home run to take the lead in the 7th and then win that series. And then, the Dodgers kind of rolled through the other side. But what a treat the last 2 series of the playoffs were. I mean, true baseball fans, you got to be loving what went on this year.
Gene, what is your thoughts on the series overall?
I don't know if there's a team I hate more than the Mets, right? We've said this already. Dodgers are close. I hate the Dodgers. But I don't. Sean, were you at work that night with Game 7?
I wasn't. I was at work the night that it went 18 innings. That was awesome. We had people there till 2 a.m. for no reason. But that's I heard that there was just people crowding around the bar. We have a regular there, big money guy. He went to almost all of the Blue Jays games. He's a huge Blue Jays fan. That he could. He traveled out there. And I heard he was heartbroken, but he was happy for the Dodgers. That kind of shows you like just how much respect there was for that series. But I heard it was nuts. It was nuts at the restaurant.
Yeah, it was definitely it was packed till the game ended. Well after closing time. I was even done working. I'm not driving home. I'm hanging out at the park watching the end of this game.
I heard people were walking by and they saw and that crazy catch to send it to extras. I mean, that catch was insane. I heard people ran inside the restaurant after when they saw that it was going to extras. I mean, I heard it was just it was a show in there.
Yeah, it was fun, and that might have been the best ninth inning of a seventh game I've ever seen.
You send out Rojas, who hasn't had a hit in a month, and he hits you a 387, a piss missile out to left field. I mean, you can't script a game better than that. And how much trust you have to send a guy like that out. And
the play at the plate where it looked like he was out, then it looked like he was safe, then it looked like he was out, like depending on how they did the it was one of the best series. I look back. Another great series was that Arizona series with the Yankees that broke my heart. And
didn't break mine.
Mine either.
How did 2000 feel, guy?
A lot better in 2001.
Anyway,
yeah. Wait, the anniversary of that was actually yesterday. Just wanted to remind you.
Yeah, it was on my birthday. I remember I was heartbroken on my birthday. I remember it. Yep, I was watching
the rest of your life.
Yeah, it was on my birthday. I remember where I was watching that final out. It was on the night of my birthday. Not final out, but the final hit that won the series for Arizona. And
Luis Gonzalez. 0-2 at the plate. A floater.
So anyway, that was a great series. This felt like that type of series. It was one of the best series I've ever seen. It rivals that one to me. Might even have been better. Like I said, this was the best ninth inning I've ever seen in a seventh game.
This was the best series I've ever seen. I mean, you got a game that goes 18 innings. You got this game 7 that goes extras. I mean, what more could you ask for? You have a pitcher that comes out there, gets you 3 wins, wins MVP. I mean, you had everything.
It was a dynamite series, man, and there's really. I mean, I don't know if there's a negative thing you could say about the series because even if you look on the Blue Jays, man, they really left it on the field. If you look at Vlad, had a hell of a series.
Vlad's out there in the dugout, last person in the stadium, sitting in the dugout. They roll out a rookie year. Savage looks like a perennial all-star for years to come. He's an absolute stud. Going against the best team in the league.
I mean, it was both sides had it. The other side had Yamamoto, his second-year guy. You know what I'm saying? So
Yamamoto throws a complete game. I don't know if anyone here watched that game, but there was 2 innings where he had guys on first and third, no outs.
Yeah,
it's out of both of them. I mean, throws 115 pitches, a complete game. You're not expecting that after you watch the first 4 innings. It's just insane. What a treat! Seriously.
Yeah.
I do. It and unfortunately, it did just enough. It did come off, and the other foot snuck in, and then he came back down, and it like I'm watching, I'm like, oh, he's out, and I'm like, oh wait, no, he's safe, and I'm like, oh no, wait, he's out. It was literally that as you were going through the replays, like it was that back and forth, and might have been one of the best. That might have been one of the most exciting plays at the plate I've ever seen. It was so it was such a just a great series, man. And I really feel bad for Toronto fans.
Well, it's just tough, right? Because to have a play over called, you have to have indisputable evidence, and there's so many different angles where it all looks the same, and you can feel robbed. But it's if that was the Dodgers, it probably would have been the same call if it was their player, So yeah, it sucks, but.
I mean, I was at a family party and we had the game up on my phone, and I was like, if this game goes into extra innings, the Dodgers are gonna win it all, and that's exactly what happened. And they were the best team. They were good all year. You know what I mean? And they just. It was. I thought the Dodgers, because I remember when we were talking about it before the series started. I thought we kept saying the Blue Jays had to play perfect in order to win. I know me and Guy were talking about that a little. I thought the Dodgers were going to walk away with it. I didn't think it was going to come to a game 7. Thoroughly surprised and also very happy. You know what I mean? It was great. So yeah, Toronto fans, I feel devastating. And I hate all LA teams as a Phoenix native. Lakers, Clippers, Dodgers up in there. I mean, we see them every year. It's so obnoxious. But I mean, they killed it. And you know, what is it? What is that saying? You gotta, if you can't beat him, join him. So,
Gene's a Dodgers fan now, apparently. You know, he's got to jump ship again.
No, I'm a Yankee fan. That's going nowhere. But man, yeah. Listen, I hate the Dodgers, man. So just can't wait till they get over this dynasty. But who knows? They're probably gonna add
that dynasty is going to go on for 10 years, dude. And you know, I don't know if we're going to talk about baseball free agency, but they're talking about Kyle Tucker possibly going there. I mean, that team is going to be so loaded. It's not even funny. Their pitching is, I mean, they're half of their
and they're all young
going into this year. You know, you got Shohei on the most Kellogg's cereal deal you could ever have. I mean, it's insane. That in Glass now, Snell looked the lead again. Shohei, as much as I don't like LA teams, I love Shohei. I mean, just
I do too. Yeah.
Does. But you know, he's coming back. He looked great pitching, and he's going to be pitching next year and batting. It's just that team is good for them, but it's going to be bad for the league because they'll probably win 3 or 4 in a row.
We may get a lockout anyway. Who knows?
That is possible too.
Is that this year? I think it's this offseason, right?
Yep.
It's yeah. It should be this offseason.
I have a feeling we're not going to have a full season of baseball,
which is even worse because the more talented teams always benefit from that, right? So,
yeah. And again, the Dodgers are young enough where in the right places where they can take a year off and be fine.
Yep.
No, but from a business standpoint, I think this was a great representation of what baseball is. You know, I think a lot of people who weren't into baseball were captivated by this theater of what baseball is, the suspense, the one-on-one battles that go on. You know, like baseball is usually criticized for not being an action sport, but there is action. It's just in a different way. And that suspense that's built up, every pitch, every move matters. The game was by inches, right? Like who stepped on the plate first, making the catch out in the outfield, you know, like all these things are what pushed the game to whoever won, right? And that's why I said either last episode or a couple episodes ago, it's not necessarily the stars that make these moments. It's the Miguel Rojas's that come up big in these situations, you know, the Yes Savages that come in and just start the year in single A and pitching games and winning games in the World Series. Like this series brought out everything that's great about baseball. And a lockout is just, you know, cutting your legs from under you. Like all this momentum that you built, you got to keep pushing this to the moon. You know, so Manfred, you got to get the owners on board, man. And by all means, don't get into a lockout because this probably was the best World Series in recent memory. And 2 great organizations that I think showed out. The stars showed out. And big markets. It's like everything that you wanted from a business perspective and from, you know, like reaching a new audience, a casual fan. Like I was out at a bar, man, and everybody was into this game. And you know what I'm saying? Like it was almost like watching a prize fight in boxing or UFC, like how people were reacting to the outs or the home runs. Like this is exciting times for baseball. So, bro, they got to get on their shit, man. No lockouts. Let's go.
I'd be surprised if it's not. And I think partly it's because I feel like the Dodgers broke it.
Yeah.
I think, you know, we keep praising the Dodgers, but I think they're the reason why we're going to have a lockout. Hey, Bennett, anyone that, you know, Bennett's also in the chat right now. He's also one of the new guys on Rookies of the Year. You can check them out on Monday afternoons. Welcome to the channel as well, Bennett. Yeah, I just feel like the Dodgers are one of the teams that broke baseball.
It's next year the lockout, by the way. 2026, 2027.
Oh, is it? All right, it's after this year. Okay,
Okay.
but I do think I do think there's going to be a lockout. I would be
It's a
more
shame too
surprised.
because the MLB, like they've really done a lot to captivate the
Mm.
general public, right? Like adding the pitch clock. What was the biggest complaint everybody had about baseball? How
Yeah.
long the games
Yeah.
were, right? Yeah, the
Yep.
pitch clock. There's so many people that I know that started watching baseball, started going to games. It's it's a shame. I'm hoping that they can figure something out because the sport as a whole has kind of seen an uptick in people enjoying it. There's a lot to be excited for in baseball, but a lot of what the owners do, and they manipulate the thresholds of what they can push with money and whatever else it may be. Hopefully they can come to an agreement, but it'll be a shame if in a year from now we don't have baseball because of that, and the publicity behind it has kind of gotten the general consensus on baseball is that it's actually a semi-enjoyable sport to watch now instead of just being a yawn fest.
Yeah, I agree.
They actually outrated the NBA Finals Game 7, I think by a lot.
That's nuts.
Yeah, the NBA is tough this year too. I think if you're a true NBA fan, like basketball fan, this was probably the best finals. But for ratings purposes, it was a horrible finals. I mean, I'm an OKC fan, so it was a treat for me. But you're two small market teams, so it's tough. But if you were a real basketball fan and you enjoy the sport, like that was great basketball. And it's the same thing with the baseball, with the World Series, right? Like it was a great World Series.
Yeah, the biggest difference probably was just the markets and maybe the stars. I don't think everybody really knew about SGA yet.
Well, SGA is Canadian, right? But you're not promoting two Canadians as OKC, right? Whereas like Toronto is literally the Canadian team. So you have all of Canada, you have LA, the biggest market in minus New York, probably in MLB, and everyone's going to watch that. You got Shohei Ohtani. Everybody knows who he is. It's a global event when all of that comes together.
Yep.
Now, if it was the Mariners, that would have been a different World Series because it would have been a West Coast series, and I think that would have affected ratings actually.
Yeah,
it could have. I think either way, I think you got a lot of people that didn't really watch to root on the Blue Jays. I think you had a lot of people that watched to root against the Dodgers.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I think that would have helped. I think that would have helped the ratings in general because it didn't matter where you were from. I think everybody was rooting. The Dodgers, present day Dodgers, are the Yankees of the 80s and 90s.
Yeah,
where the evil empire. So people love to root against the Yankees. I think that's now. I think we're seeing that now with the Dodgers. Not even think. I mean, that is what we're seeing with the Dodgers. I think So I think you had a lot of people watching just to see the Dodgers lose. Like the Blue Jays made a lot of fans, earned a lot, gained a lot of fans this postseason because they were the team that a lot of people were rooting for to beat the Dodgers. And if they could have, I guarantee you probably see the nation. You probably see more Blue Jay fans across the U.S. that might have been fringe baseball fans or new baseball fans that would have loved to see the Blue Jays beat the Dodgers.
What's funny, the hate for LA too, right? Because the Dodgers actually have so many likable players like Freddie Freeman, Shohei, Glass. There's a lot.
Hate them.
But they have likable players. Mookie Betts, like they have players that people like, but
Hate
LA
him too.
just hates. Well, you're a Yankees fan, so you'd hate Mookie, but it's just crazy to me, like how much hate they get. And, like, they have such likable faces.
Yeah, I know I hate the Dodgers, but I even follow like Mookie Betts. I love him. I followed Shohei on Instagram. I like Teoscar Hernandez a lot. So it's like I hate it because they are likable.
Kike's like so polarizing.
Oh
he pitches. He plays every
Kike's
position.
Kike's a fun
They have
guy.
a ton of fun players. So that really goes to show how much people just hate LA, because if you took that LA team and put them on like the Miami Marlins, right? They'd be the most popular team in the MLB because there's so many players that you wouldn't mind following. It's just so.
Let me ask you a question before I get out of here. And it's an old question, but we're talking about them. So let's bring it up. Did the MLB sweep the gambling allegations with Shohei Ohtani under the rug and allow it to just be like the translator? Like, we know it wasn't really the translator, right? Like I'm not alone in that conspiracy theory, right?
I
He
don't
was the
think
fall
it was
guy.
Shohei, but
What happened?
well,
Well, I didn't show him.
you know, he doesn't think he thinks he's the fall guy. I just don't. You see Shohei as a person, and I just don't get that vibe from him. But I don't know. I just
I don't think he was. Listen, I think it was one of those things where he was doing it and it was a fun thing, got caught, and was like, "Uh-oh, well, I didn't really realize." And they were like, "All right, well, what can we do to make this go away? I got a ton of money. The league's got a ton of money. Here's an easy answer." He's becoming the face of the league. The league definitely did not want a tabloid situation.
Circumvent like federal investigations, right? Like that's my thing.
I think he can.
I don't think so. I mean, and you know, not to be that guy, but like just from a political landscape, like there's so much going on in this world that like he's not a foreign, you know, he's foreign, right? So like,
yeah.
I just don't see him circumventing all of that stuff. I could be way off kilter here, but
I think this.
So much
I don't think
more
it's him. I think the major. Listen, this is all allegedly, right? Because you know he got off, but you know my thought is on a conspiracy level, you know, theory level. I feel like the league might have been like, let's fix this.
I mean, it could be a thing where you just don't want to have an issue with Japan, right? Like how much viewership?
I don't even think it's that. I think it was he's a great player. We don't want to lose this guy on TVs. I mean, and not politically Japan, but Japan viewers. Yeah. Right?
I see Abby making face though. I want to hear what she has to say. I feel like you got an opinion on this.
No. I just think it's funny. And I don't think we even talk about that last week? I don't think we talked about this.
I don't think you guys did.
I don't think we talked about it at all.
What was he saying, Francesco, when he says Francis? Francesco said that the gambling ring goes way back.
Yeah. I think it's because I listen to Mike Francesa. I'm assuming that's why.
There's always been underground gambling, though, right? Like that's always been a thing. Like
I like the better one.
My family was one of the focal points of that White Sox scandal. Like my whole last name and lineage is kind of like muddy because everyone changed their last name because they were involved in that huge White Sox scandal early on in the 1900s.
That's pretty awesome.
I know nothing about it.
He's a fun fact.
Literally, my grandma and my grandpa like told me stories about it, so it's kind of funny. But like, it's gone back, right? Like it's a thing. Like gambling's always been a thing. It's just more. There's so much more sports books now, and like it's so much more government regulated that it's getting tracked more. You know, you got the Luis Ortiz, you got the was it Clase, whichever reliever it was.
Clase.
You know, and then. So made a good point earlier. They're just sweeping this Kawhi stuff under the rug. I think Kawhi should be banned from the league, and I think that the Clippers should have multiple picks taken and taking huge fines. I think that is insane that no one's even batting an eye about that. Like
it's really it's weird. As big of a story as it was at first, it went away. Like it was a big story for a week, and then it's
circumventing cap should be such a big deal. I am so perplexed as to how nobody has. Like, you know, Pablo's making it a big deal and he's got all these articles and stuff.
He's the one who uncovered it.
That is the craziest thing to me. And I get Ballmer it seems like he's untouchable. If this happened to
he's actually being sued. He's being sued actually by the people that were investors for that company that they did the thing with. So the investors of that company for it was a thing they like planted trees or something like that. Whatever it was, the investors for that are now suing Ballmer. Like for misuse of funds.
But it's like just do a commercial with Kawhi. He's so awkward, and I know why it didn't happen because if you see him as a person, he's almost lazy as a person. Like not to, you know, I don't know the guy, but like if you just followed him, he's such a lazy person. But it's like you could have put him in a 10-second commercial and been like, yeah, we paid him $25 million for a 10-second commercial. But nothing. They didn't do anything. They just handed him checks. He was getting checks like he got like a $10 million check as a donation from another owner. Like that just goes to the levels. I mean, you got all the NBA stuff, the Billups stuff and the Terry Rozier stuff. Now they're running the underground poker.
And listen, not that long ago, we had the whole Donaghy with the referee thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like how rich are these guys? It just goes to show you how little money matters once you get to those levels. Like these guys are loaded for the rest of their life, and they're scamming people, running these illegal gambling operations, betting on, telling other people to bet on their overs and unders. It's, and to me, the only way to get around it is to like force people to parlay player props. That's the only way you're going to get around it, because as long as you can straight bet it, you can't regulate it.
Or just get rid of it altogether. That'll not happen because the money's too great.
There's too much
Just
money.
just tax the rich. What are we doing? Just tax the rich. Wrong show, but you know what I'm saying.
No, and with all that though, like I know it's not the same thing, but Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. With all this that's unfolding, it just makes a stronger case for him, that lifetime ban to get, Well,
they lifted the lifetime ban. That's gone now.
They lifted the lifetime ban. It's just he'll never get put in the Hall of Fame off.
But even if but you know what it was? What hurt him more? Because they could have been a chance that maybe they would have lifted before, though I don't think they would have, just because I think they wanted to wait till he was passed. But he always kind of came off like an ass at times. Like even after like everything kind of went away, like he was constantly doing stupid things. It's like, it's like I just felt like he always was, he would be in the press for the wrong things, not anything like illegal or anything, but like he was always saying stupid stuff. And at that point it was just like, he was kind of just making an ass out of himself. And I think that also kind of hurt him a little bit,
I mean, but that's him as a person. It shouldn't.
I'm agreeing with. I'm not saying that it should have. I'm saying I think that might have been also what may have also kind of kept the lifetime ban on, like where there might have been a chance where they said, you know what, enough's enough, let's lift it. It'll be a nice story. We let him get in, but then he would go. He'd be doing something. So he'd do like a reality show and look like an idiot, but it was always something. And I think that might have hurt. And again, it shouldn't have, but it is what it is. I'll be honest. I feel like every year people get into the Hall of Fame on every single sport. That shouldn't be. There's a lot of hole of good in these Hall of Fames nowadays.
Yeah.
That's, and it's it's a little bit of a disaster.
Yeah.
Like that guy P should be in the Hall of Fame. Also, Juan Soto.
Oh my God, he is giving you such a hard time.
Yikes.
I think you should ban the word Juan Soto on the YouTube chat. No one can say Juan Soto.
Nick Mangold will be a Hall of Famer. There's not a doubt in my mind. He might have been already, I think, but actually, was he eligible? No, he was eligible already, right?
How's he been out of the league? Yeah,
he was eligible already.
Yeah.
Okay, so the only thing that it's he's a center, so that might have been what you don't get in first crack, but he's a Hall of Fame center for sure.
One now,
He's top 5 center in history.
It's unfortunate what happened to him. I know you guys talked about it last week, but he'll definitely get inducted just off of principle at this point, just to show him some.
One of the few jerseys I have is a Nick Mangold jersey. I'm not a big jersey guy, but one of the jerseys I do have is a Nick Mangold jersey. I have 3 Jet jerseys. I have a Darrelle Revis with the old Titans, the dark blue. I have a old throwback Namath, and I have the Nick Mangold.
What a good selection. Don't invest anymore. Don't invest in any other.
Never again.
Buccaneers jerseys.
I have my Buccaneers jersey is Chris Evans, Mike Evans, and the good part about that is if he ever does go, he's been already a long time great for the Bucs. I can still wear it whenever. So that's my Buccaneers jersey.
Is your Agbuka one in the mail right now?
No, not yet. But I'll tell you what. Shout out to the Buccaneers for what they did. You guys, I don't know if you guys know this story. So when he first drafted, he was number 9 going through preseason, and I guess there was already a number 2. I don't know. Was it Kyle Trask? Maybe Kyle Trask. And whatever it was, whenever they got rid of who had number 2, he then took his number 2 jersey. That was his college number. And the Bucs said, if you bought the number 9 Agbuka jersey, you can exchange it through us for a number 2 Agbuka jersey. That's pretty cool.
I think
that's Woody wouldn't have done that.
Well, the Lions also did that with Jahmyr Gibbs with his.
Did they really? Good for them. Woody wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, that's why I have a 17 and a 5 jersey for Garrett Wilson. I'm just saying.
But Woody is one of the worst owners in sports.
Again, to raise the ticket prices and then do this overhaul that they just did. I mean, those
games are selling out. They got to raise the ticket prices.
Oh, God. I feel so bad for those season ticket holders. I mean, there's so many people who are just they were out this year. I mean, it has to be even worse. MetLife Stadium's going to be empty. Interested to see how I'll be watching the toilet bowl with the Browns and the Jets, unfortunately, because some of us are loyal, Gene. All right. Well, do you want to? I know we touched on it a little. Do you want to move on to NBA really quickly, Gene? You might as well say the whole episode. Come on now.
Might
As well. It's already been
Turn
an
into a
hour and
3-hour
45
episode.
minutes. I know, literally.
I'm all for it. I love it.
Let's talk about NBA a little. A lot of teams off to a hot start. Any teams that you guys are surprised by?
OKC, what a
Very
team.
early.
Bulls.
Bulls.
Yeah, it's got
The Bulls don't shock me. Is that
Really?
Yeah, I think they're so talented. Like, I love Josh Giddey though, right? Like, obviously former Thunder player.
So do teenagers.
We trade him for Caruso. Yeah, still a stud.
Sorry.
But I mean, he's always been a guy that can average a triple double, and they got guys that can space the floor too. I mean, the reality of it is the East isn't. If the Bulls were in the West, I think it'd be a little different. But I think the East is a very winnable conference, and the Bulls have the makings of a young team, and they look great. I mean, if you watch them play night in and night out, they're not winning close games. I think they're winning by like 5 points a game. So it's not like bad at all. But yeah, they look great.
He just broke didn't he break he added to like a franchise record? Like the only other, what is it? Like 3, I thought it was like 2 consecutive, like triple doubles.
2 consecutive triple doubles. He tied Michael Jordan.
Yeah, there we go. Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Knicks look good too. I mean, there's a couple teams, the Sixers. I mean, you got Edgecombe, who looks
great.
All the parts of what you needed, and then Maxey he is taking it up 2 levels this year. Guy's averaging 40 points a game, like 37 points a game. Embiid looks like a shell of himself, and they're doing it without Embiid. Like all-star Embiid. They're guards in that backcourt. They're set up for years to come.
Guy, I mean, you have to be happy with your Spurs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised though in the development, that the next step in development. I thought this was the year like Wemby was coming into his own, and they're doing it without De'Aaron Fox, so that could be a surprise. But I think we draft and develop well, and I think Harper was a great fit for us. Be
curious to see how they look the next month, though, because he's out for a month, right, with that injury. So
yeah, I mean, they should make do, because at least at that position they're pretty deep.
Yeah, you got Castle. You have so many young guards on
Castle,
that team. I mean, they are so deep.
Like Castle is really like under the radar. Like
Vassell, right? Vassell, Castle.
Who's the other guy that they got? Well, Vassell is still pretty good. Like they all have this like long body type. Kind of like in the Kawhi mode that they got like years ago. Like that defense first kind of guy that could do a little bit of everything. And we still got a couple of draft picks, like potentially if the lottery hits like it did for us a couple times. I think I'm not surprised, but I'm mildly surprised with how they're doing it.
The top 3 teams in the West are all going to be the top 3 teams for a long time to me, and that's OKC, San Antonio, and the Rockets. They're just all built young cores, tons of draft picks. I mean, it's going to be – the West is going to change a little bit from the teams that they've had. I mean, the Lakers are going to be good with Doncic now, right? But the West looks fun. Denver's getting a little older, though, right? Like, they'll still be good, but I'm talking about, like, those 3 teams are probably going to be, like, good for the next 10 years.
Was Lotto rigged last year?
Yeah.
In case it's rigged every year.
So. If we were talking about rigged stuff earlier, I think the NBA Lotto was definitely rigged this year.
I think every year I think it's rigged a little bit. I mean, even if you look at that year, what year was it? Where I forget, there was a season there was a few seasons ago. Oh, it was the year the Lakers got AD. And they traded their pick to New Orleans, and New Orleans happened to get the number one.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even the top one. It was like, I think it was like the 5th overall, or would have been the 5th overall, like if it was just regular seeded, and it won the lottery, and they got Zion. I mean, Zion hasn't been what we all thought he would be, but like at the time, you know what I mean? I remember thinking that was a fix. So
when Cleveland got it too, when LeBron left, right?
Yeah. But I think they were the worst.
Kyrie.
I think they were the worst team though.
Well, then LeBron left, and they got Kyrie the next year. Yeah, like it's
And
just,
then Anthony Bennett too. That didn't
was
work out.
one of the biggest busts of all time. And
Yeah.
And even the first lottery, like they said that the Knicks winning the lottery,
Frozen envelope.
Yeah, Patrick Ewing, right? Like that set the precedent for the rest of the draft lotteries. Because don't they say like there's like a firm that watches like the ping pong balls and all that?
But they don't even do the ping pong balls anymore, right? They just do the envelopes.
They used to use envelopes. Now I think it's ping pong balls.
Yeah, it's like in a back.
Oh,
room.
yeah, it's the other way around. Yeah. It's just, but even then, it's like
It's trash.
no one's
The whole thing
really
is trash.
seeing the numbers or anything. I don't know.
They should do a toilet bowl, or a toilet tournament, and all those worst teams that go into a tournament, and then whoever wins a tournament based on that gets the number one pick. Because even though they might not be the worst team, they're still in like that grouping of worst teams, and now you got to win some games. I think they should automatically go.
Chaos.
I think there's got to be a better way to do it.
Well, just do the ping pong balls in the open.
You have a fan come in and do it.
Because someone would.
Seriously, you have a fan come in and do it.
Yeah, but you're always up for corruption. There'll be enough people that are always going to question it because it's not going to work out for somebody.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. There's.
I think you got to play for
You
it.
say there's got to be a way. There's just I don't even see there being a way.
I think you make them play for it. You take the 4 worst teams.
I mean, you could do it by record, right? I think that's how they should forget.
Yeah,
the
but then
lottery.
you get that's the reason why they do the lottery is because they're worried about the tanking.
Yeah.
So you do the 4 worst teams.
Regardless. I mean, you just find the teams that do it, obviously, right? Like it'd be mega obvious at that point. I mean, the way around that is if teams are actually tanking, you just take away their picks. But then that's like a whole different level of punishment.
Yeah, and that's arbitrary too. So it's like, can you prove it? Like
You can't.
Yeah.
And to me too is like I don't think people really realize like even if you think someone's bad in the NBA, you know how good you have to be to make it to the NBA? Like,
oh yeah.
I played against G League players, and like those guys make the average Joe look like nothing, let alone how NBA players make G League players look. So it's like to tell me like half of those guys can't be like, I know there's levels to it, but it's just, I don't know. It's hard. Like you said, it's hard to just tell who's tanking, who's not. Are they actually tanking? Are they getting unlucky?
Mm-hmm.
I guess the lottery's the best that we got.
Yeah, I couldn't think of another way. I mean, if someone could come up with a way, by all means. I don't see another way.
You get the 4 worst teams, and they have a tournament, and whoever wins that tournament gets the first pick. Because now you got to win.
I'm sending bench warmers out there and breaking someone's leg so I can win that tournament. Like, there's no way.
Well, any rookies? I mean, we talked about a couple. Any rookies that y'all are impressed with so far?
Rookie of the year, Cedric Coward. Nobody knows that name probably. He got taken a little outside the lottery. I mean, he's averaging like 15, 5, and 5 on that Memphis team, who's horrible. And he's shooting like 58% from 3. I mean, he just looks like a steal, the steal of the draft where he got taken. He fell out of the lottery, super talented kid. And I mean, he's big, he's like 6'6", but he just looks like, I don't even know. He looks incredible.
I mean, Guy, you have to be impressed with Dylan Harper so far.
Yeah, I mean, of course. All the injury aside and everything, I think he was, really coming into his own in the role. I think he was relishing like that Manu Ginobili coming off the bench role. And, before his injury, he was averaging about 14 points, 4 rebounds and 3 assists, about 4 assists. So doing a little bit of everything, and on that team, you don't got to do more than what your role calls for with a guy like Wemby there, right? And all those other parts. So if you just play your role like what he was doing, we're not asking him to be a superstar, but just a cog on the wheel.
Yep. Gene, any thoughts?
Edgecombe.
That's where I'm at too. So
I think this rookie class has a lot of value. There's a lot of good rookies. Yep. We didn't even talk about Cooper Flag, who's looked, good. He doesn't look generational like everyone thought. Got the kid from Washington, Johnson. He looks pretty good. Colin Knippel with Charlotte looks really, really good. Jeremiah Fears, he's going to probably get some more play time too because they'll probably run small ball with Zion being out for a little bit. Derek Queen as well, another player on the Pelicans team. Like a lot of this rookie class seems to be the floor seems to be a little higher than years before because we've seen those classes where like these guys come in and they're just non-existent, right? Like they're non-existent rookies, and it feels like there's at least 10 to 12, maybe more rookies right now that have an impact on each specific team they're on.
All right. Well, we appreciate you all sticking with us for like 2 hours. I want to make sure we do a round robin of like our rants and stuff like that. We have time. I know MLB free agency is going to be starting here, and I know we didn't touch on it today. We'll have obviously news hopefully by next episode so we can touch on it then. But want to do a round robin really quickly of our rants. Gene, you want to start?
I kind of went through my rant earlier, man.
Are you sure you got it all out?
Kind of did. It was the Jet stuff, man. Yeah. I'm gonna let Sean have a nice rant.
I already ranted. I don't really know if I have anything to rant about. I just think it's been a great year for sports. So
it's been a great year for your teams.
I'm just saying sports in general has been a lot. I mean, yeah, I'm blessed this year to have, Oregon Ducks are good, OKC, and everyone's like, oh, why are you OKC fan? Because they used to be the Supersonics. Leave me alone. OKC's 8-0, obviously. Seattle looks great. The whole division looks great, to be fair. The Mariners made, the conference finals, whatever you want to call them in MLB. I'm brain farting right now, but it's been a great year for sports. I've had a couple of down years, so let me enjoy it while I can. But I just feel like sports as a whole, just everything has been so enjoyable in every single sport. It feels like I've wanted to watch everything this year. MLB, basketball, baseball, or I said MLB, football, sorry. Like, it's just exciting. So I don't know. I could sit here and talk about sports for hours. I know everyone wants to go, but I'm like, I could be here for 3 hours and just keep talking. I love it. We have the off season for baseball happening. There's so much going on. We didn't even talk about hockey. I don't even know if anyone here watches hockey or anything like that. But you got hockey going on now too. It's just literally everything.
Guy?
Yeah, no, to piggyback off what he said, it's great. And now I'm going to be at the Devils game tomorrow. So Devils Canadians.
Best team in the league right now, right? The Devils?
Yeah. Well, one of them could be Avalanche, I think. Well, they might be the best team in the East, but like you said, it's sports in general has been on the up. And if I have a rant, I mean, I have to talk about the Dolphins, right? Like, I think they missed an opportunity to unload some players. I don't think this is a team that has direction. You know, if you fire the general manager, you should have fired the coach as well. Clean slate. You know, you still are kind of like holding on to the past, hoping like something changes, or you know, that's a very wishy-washy kind of way to try to rebuild, or at least try to make a positive change. It just shows confusion. It just shows you know, like you don't really have leadership or a sense of direction. So it's like this for the rest of the year, right? You just don't know. You just hope at least until the rest of the season the guys play with pride, and you're kind of auditioning for next season, right? Like who's worthy of staying and who's not. Maybe you make deals in the offseason, but this NFL trade deadline had the hype of like the MLB trade deadlines of like, you know, how they would build it up. That's why I think never seen this much action and big names before ever. And I think that's going to be something that continues in the future, where, you know, the trade deadline is going to be like a big event where you see superstars moving, right? And that's with the nature of how football is, just to get acclimated real quick is tough. So I'm looking to see who does that for their new teams. But yeah, I think the Dolphins made a bad business move and not really trying to turn over a new leaf. Like you know that the coach and quarterback should be replaced, and you didn't really commit to that. So I kind of speak for most of the fan base. We have a problem with that, and you know, Stephen Ross, this is on you.
Mic drop. I don't really. I mean, I'm not going to talk about the Jets. I feel like I've been talking about the Jets the last like 3 days. I'm just thoroughly like exhausted by this team. Every day. I will talk about men's NCAA men's college basketball. This freshman class is stacked. Holy hell! There were some great games. Me, of course, diehard Arizona Wildcat. We've named Koa Pete Mr. Arizona. I mean, a 30 ball in his debut. I mean, this is the best squad that Tommy Lloyd has had since he's been head coach at Arizona. You need to somehow put it together. The other James was on the bench the entire time, I might add. And Jaden Bradley too, not getting enough love coming in preseason. I think having Arizona, I think they came in preseason ranked at 13. I didn't like that at all. And the hardest schedule in the country. And when you take the number reigning champs, you know, number 3 Florida Gators out. I mean, I just think big things to come. Again, some tough matchups still ahead, but very excited for this squad this year. The Big 12 is going to be tough, as it always is, as it was last year. Houston's still on a tear over there. So, yeah, I'm very excited. But again, this freshman class is absolutely stacked. I mean, you have the Twins over in, what are they, in North Carolina? Some Arkansas players. It's gonna be really fun. March Madness is gonna be super fun this year. So that's why I'm gonna leave that with Mr. Arizona. So all right. We appreciate y'all joining us every Wednesday at 9:30 Eastern. Please like and subscribe. Did we break the 1,000 mark, Gene, on YouTube?
Yeah, we were at like 1,035.
All right. Well, now we're shooting for 2,000. So please like, subscribe, send it to all your friends. Follow us on all the socials. And again, we'll catch you next Wednesday, 9:30 Eastern as always. Bye, you guys.